Hey guys, it's Ryan back here again. And today I'm reviewing another gargantuan 18-inch figure from NECA. More specifically, this is the Kaiju known as Knifehead from Pacific Rim. And the retail price on it is $149.99. On the back of the packaging is a really nice actual image of the 18-inch Knifehead figure dueling it out with their 18-inch Gypsy Danger figure. There's also a complete list of all the 7-inch Pacific Rim figures released so far, along with a little tease. And that tease is images of 2 upcoming Kaiju figures, including Scunner, as well as Axehead. Here's a look at Knifehead in all his plastic glory. Right out of the packaging, there is some assembly required, such as popping on the tail and head, but other than that, he's ready to go and eager to kick some Jaeger behind. In comparison with the 18-inch Gypsy Danger figure, which was released last year, Knifehead unfortunately comes up a little bit short, but when it comes to bulk, he definitely wins that battle. And like you would expect with any NECA collectible released, this Kaiju figure is absolutely loaded with detail. It may not show if my camera plays so far back, and with some glare, so I guess we'll have to look a little bit closer. To start things off, let's take a look at the head sculpt, which for obvious reasons is why he's called Knifehead. The entire head design is shaped into a single jagged point, similar to a spearhead. On either side is 3 eyes, including one main one, as well as 2 pilot eyes that are painted blue. You'll notice that the main eyes are outlined in a pale color, which really helps them stand out. Right below the eyes is his mouth, which literally has rows of jagged teeth. The gums are painted in a realistic pink color, and the interior of the mouth is molded in blue translucent plastic for a pretty cool feature, which I'll get to in a minute. The jaw is adjustable, but it doesn't offer much movement since the tongue hits the roof of the mouth. And yes, there is a neat looking blue tongue up in there. Up close reveals a rough, bumpy, and cracked terrain, which is his skin. Instead of keeping it completely black, they added in a blue wash that really highlights the detail. The blue wash can be heavy in some areas, such as the arms and legs, as well as the head, while in other areas, which have less detail, such as the center torso, there's less blue wash applied. And if you haven't noticed already, unless you're just completely blind, flowing throughout the entire figure is thick yellow toxic lines, which are painted in different patterns. The paint that they use for the lines settled heavier in some areas, such as the cracks, which give it a varied and unique look. Attached to the lower torso is a pair of smaller pilot arms, which don't offer much help, but they're definitely cool looking nonetheless. Each pilot arm hand has 3 fingers, as well as a thumb, each of which have a large black nail that's painted in a gloss color. The same gloss black is used for the 3 large talons on the main hands, which look like they can do some serious damage. And for the 3 toenails on each foot as well. The forearms on the main arms are hollowed out, which is quite the interesting feature. And the fingers are individually articulated, with a hinge joint at the knuckles, allowing them to close and grasp items. On the back of Mr. Kaiju here is a large shell, like what you would see on the back of a turtle, protecting his back. Brushed onto it is a beige color to help bring out detail and make it stand out as well. And wrapped around the top of both sides is a large black horn. Right below the shell is his gigantic tail, which extends about 13 inches and also has 3 points of articulation built into it. The points of articulation are located right where the tail connects to the body right in the center, as well as at the tip too, so you can definitely get a decent range of motion out of all three. Located right under the figure is a large black display stand, which definitely helps keep this beast upright. It can be removed, but without it, definitely plan on this figure shelf diving left and right. And lastly, there is one more additional feature, which is probably one of the coolest out of all of them. Right under the jaw is a small switch, and when activated, it activates LEDs inside his mouth as well as the eyes. Now how cool looking is that? In person it definitely looks much better on camera, as the camera has a little bit of trouble picking up the LED lights, but I gotta say, that is one sick feature, and the translucent plastic inside the mouth makes it glow even better. Besides the display stand, Knifehead doesn't come with any other weapons or accessories, but the articulation for him includes a ball-jointed head, a hinged jaw, ball-hinged shoulders, ball-hinged elbows, ball-jointed wrists, hinged fingers, ball-hinged smaller shoulders, swivel smaller elbows, ball-jointed smaller wrists, a ball-jointed waist, ball-jointed hips, hinged knees, and ball-jointed ankles. So for about $150, NECA has gone over the top again and given us another amazing Pacific Rim collectible. I originally thought their 18-inch Gypsy Danger would have been the absolute must-have ultimate collectible from their Pacific Rim line. But now that this is out there, I might just have to change my mind. It's epic on all proportions, and even rivals their Belrock figure from the Lords of the Rings in terms of scale. If you're a Pacific Rim fan who can not only afford this, but also has plenty of room to store the damn thing, I'd highly recommend you pick it up. I love it to death, and it's definitely an epic piece to add to your collection. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all in the next one. Subscribe for hundreds of collectible reviews, including Halo and Star Wars, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter for up-to-date channel news.